Hi folks, Dave Fulmer here. Today I'd like to do a short training video and show you how I keep track of my Safelist mailings as I promote different programs. What you're seeing on the screen is my advertising log that I set up in a spreadsheet in OpenOffice, and I call it my advertising log. And over in this area are the numbers that I have sent out mailings to in past days. If you notice, the last one was June 1st, which was Sunday of this week, and today is Tuesday. What I do with this is I can keep track of total numbers of mailings that I sent out on a certain day. This is not real important, but it just gives me a good idea. I also keep track of what ads that I've been sending out, different ads, and I just this is just my little shorthand code that I use. And so today what I want to do is I want to demonstrate to you just how I proceed and how I use this advertising log. So let's go over here. First of all, let's talk about the rest of these columns a little bit. This is the column that I keep track of the Safelist credits that I'm needed to send out a full mailing the next time. This column shows the frequencies of how often I can send, and they vary from time to time. This is just my personal code for the email address, because I do have different email addresses for some of my older Safelist that I've had for several years. This is my login column, and if you notice, when I put my cursor over it, it shows the full login URL, and this is just the number of the Safelist that I've been using for advertising. So let's start out here with this column, and let's insert a new column for the day's mailing. Then I go down to the bottom to my formula, and I do I highlight the formula, the date, and my ad, and with Control C I paste it in with Control V into this area. Then I update the date to today's date, and copy it with a right click, do a copy, and bring it up here and do a Control V and paste it into the top. Now, I already mailed out to Active Safelist this morning, so I'm just going to stick the 5,000 in here just for record's sake. I don't normally mail out to Safelist that I need credits for. Now I could, if you notice, there's 49,000 that, 49,000 that I can mail to. So I could mail out to over 30,000 here, but I'd rather mail to a full mailing. So let's go down. Let's pick on Ad Troopers. I do a right click on the URL, copy it, come down to my browser page and do a Control V to copy it in and enter it, and I'm now in my Ad Troopers, and I can do a credit mailer. And it's not available. You can find out why. One a day. Oh, I'm sorry, I already mailed one to this one today. So let's go back to our advertising log, and we'll do Avalanche. Right click on the URL, copy, and paste it into the browser with a Control V, press enter, and it'll come up with, put in my login information, and log in. And sometimes some of these you have to wait until you earn the credits before you can get into your back office. So we'll just have to wait this total of 15 seconds, then click here. Notice it was added 300 credits by doing that. And I click here and I'm in the back office. I can do a credit mailer. And let's go to the ad that I have set up, and we'll talk about it for just a minute. What I did is it's highlighted right now. Let's unhighlight it. And I just set this up in OpenOffice, and I use OpenOffice for the formatting. The most often usage of first name personalization is this bracket with a first name in capital letters with the underline between the first and the name and the closing bracket. And I just highlight that in yellow just to make it look nice. I like to put in a highlighted green when it comes to money, and put in my link and my information at the bottom, and it's all set to go. So what I do now is I highlight it and I keep it highlighted, and do a Control C, go back to my browser, and I'll do a Control V, paste it into there. But notice that personalization is disabled, so we have to change the name, the personalization, and I just back this up and type in friend and put the subject line in there. Once you have it, use it, it'll stay in memory. You can just type in the first letter of it, and that's all in there. Scroll down to the bottom, put my credit link in, and I'm using bit.ly. You can make money online, and that's in memory, and I can send to 4,280 members. Right here it says that that's all I'm allowed to send as a free member. Most of my Safelists are free. I have only one or two that I pay a monthly fee on, and I send that $42.90, remember, and so I go over here and I put in $42.90, and I can go right on down the list. I'm not sure if 12 days are up on Busby. Let's just find out. And I did a right click on Busby and a copy, and went to my browser and just do a Control V in the browser and enter it, and it'll take me to Busby mailer. And this is a good one to look at because it's slightly different as far as the what you're looking for, and that's what you have to get used to is and in this case we can click over it. We don't have to stay on that. I'm just going to skip the advertising. It's not going to give us credits, and then we have to go through the and it looks like one more. Skip and go directly to, oh, okay, if I wait on this for the time, it'll give me credits. And I usually do, but we can skip and go. It's almost done, so we'll just wait for it to tell me. Okay, continue to members area. Now this one doesn't say credit mailer. You've got to go down on this one to Busby mailer, and then you can copy and paste the ad into it. Busby mailer, if I'm allowed to, and I am. So in the subject line, we're going to do a free way to earn, and that whole one that's coming up, I'm going to use the same URL for the credit. You can make money online. And I've got to copy the body of the ad, Control C, Control V, and if I recall correctly, this one has a different for first name. I've got to put this in for first name instead of in the place of what I had put in there. So I'll just shift squirrely, F name, shift, there's a special name for that character and I never remember what it is. And down to the bottom, and I can only mail up to 500 more than the random. That's how many credits is going to get used, and I can send my mailing. So 500 and 400 is 900, and I go back to my advertising log and I just enter the 900. So what I do is I go down through the list and I do each one of these one at a time, the ones that I can, and when I get down to the bottom, I'm all done. Now, one other thing I need to show you folks is the email addresses that I use for my credit, to get my credits. I highly recommend that you take out 2 new email addresses if you're going to do Safelist. Notice my one address is davefulmercontact@gmail.com and the other one is davefulmersafelist@gmail.com. When you join a Safelist, they're going to ask you for the list address and the contact address. This is a list address, and that's the one that's going to get the bulk of everybody's mailings to you. And if you don't have a special email address for this, generally with this one, I just delete the whole thing and I don't even look at a good share of them. But the davefulmercontact@gmail will allow you to get the most credit per surf, and you don't want either one of these to be fed into your regular email address. So have 2 emails. Now over here you'll see where they're filtered, and filtering is something that you can do. Well, let's say for instance I wanted to filter out my cash list. I would pull up an email, I would click into more, and then I would click on filter messages like this.